As a CPA firm, one of the biggest benefits that you can bring to your clients are industry specific guidance and industry specific insights. But once you peel behind the layer, I wanted to share a few insights into how we get that within BGW. So we service a lot of different industries, from real estate to construction, manufacturing, distribution, professional services, medical, technology, you know, range of the business life cycle, startup to preparing to exit. And what we found is that with any business, there are general patterns that are replicated both within industries and across industries. So for example, if you make something, so you manufacture something, the specific thing that you manufacture does have some nuances associated with it, but the general things that you're going to want to look for in terms of trends and patterns, in terms of your gross margin, profitability, while your numbers may be different from sub-industry to sub-industry, the general concept of tracking those things and pushing to try to make incremental improvement really applies across all manufacturing companies, irrespective of the sub-market that they're operating in. Same applies really with tax planning as well. A manufacturer, they look and behave very similar. At the same time, if you look at construction as an example, it actually shares a lot of similarities to manufacturing because you still have a product that goes into something and you still have labor and you still have a manufacturing cost. It's just in construction, that concept is really, what was my bid profit that I did to get the job versus what was my real cost to produce, and how did I manage the means of production to try to get back to that bid profit, which is really where I'm trying to drive my margin out. In labor or in professional service industries where labor is really the driving factor, whether it's us, attorneys, medical practices, you're really looking at what's my markup on what I pay somebody versus what I can collect on them, and that really, and what kind of leverage can I have, whether it's dental hygienists, or in our world it's bookkeepers and staff accountants. Same concepts generally apply across industries. So what we do at BGW is we really look for what are the common things that occur across industries that we can really leverage across the board, and then what are the things that are extremely specific to subcategories of industries that are really unique to them. We also are members of all the trade associations that you really need to be a part of, and really push ourselves to try to have our clients really be out there on the forefront in terms of how they're performing overall. And that really applies to all aspects, whether it's financial performance or just where they're at in the business life cycle. So, if a common thing in construction is that, hey, we're really not thinking about succession planning too much, and at the same time the age of the owners is getting pretty old, then we're really going to push them to start thinking about, their own successful exit. So, again, industry expertise is really important. We believe that we have it, and the way that we get it is we're constantly looking at best practices within our own client base, within industry benchmarks that are out there, within a lot of the trade periodicals that are out there, and we're looking at how can we package and formulate that all up into something that we can translate back to our clients to give them really sound advice. It's extremely reasonable, pragmatic, easy to implement, but hard to maybe follow up on. But once you do it, you really get a strong result.